Hey guys, I know. Let's talk about that, alright? I know what you're thinking. What the hell, dude? Where have you been? It's been like 3 months. Did you actually go to space? Did you actually leave the universe? And yeah, I kinda did. For a minute there. Let's talk about 2020. I mean, what a crazy effing time, wasn't it, guys? Started the year off having a baby girl. That was awesome. I started working on my channel more because a pandemic happened, and that was crazy. We don't need to mention what exactly that entails because we all know we're all still living it. Here we are. It's already February 2021, and nothing much has changed. I got heavy back into DayZ for most of the year, as you know. If you followed along, I did a lot of live streaming. That was great. We built up the channel. We're almost at 200 subs at this point, and then I just put the controller down and walked away for a while. What's up with that? Well, like I said, I had a baby at the beginning of the year, and she just turned 1 here in January, and it's gotten a little bit more difficult to juggle making videos, playing games, and doing other things. So I kind of put the controller down. At the same time, I was getting burnt out on DayZ. I'm sure that we all knew that by the content I was making. I was just starting to wind down again, and I wasn't getting what I needed out of that game anyway. So I hopped back into No Man's Sky for a while. Tried that out. It's one of my favorite games. Had a lot of updates, you know, things like that brought me back. So we did that for a minute, but that wasn't enough to keep it going. And I still wasn't in the video making mood. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't. But I don't think that ever changes. We dipped into a few new games. I tried out the game Vigor, which was kind of fun. It's from the same people from DayZ. However, just like DayZ, it was full of bugs and was causing literal PlayStation crashes and bricking consoles, and so I just deleted it, stopped playing it before I could even get into it, really. I touched on some other games that I found on the store during sales during Christmas time. But ultimately, I actually dove into Fallout 76, and that's been my jam this whole time I've been gone. The last 2-3 months I've been playing Fallout 76 and enjoying the shit out of it. I'm going to make some more content related to that, but other than that, like, here we are. I wouldn't say I'm back, but this is a new video, and here I am. I do have some content coming, I guess, from Fallout 76, like I said. I'm still trying to figure out how to turn that into something I can stream, or what direction to go with that. There's a lot of people who make videos on every single game, so I don't want to dip into other people's toes or, you know, try to shoulder my way into something. So we'll see where that falls. But right now I can tell you that that's my jam. I've been enjoying the shit out of it. I got it on sale, and, you know, I missed out on all the first 2 years of bullshit that came with that launch. But otherwise, that's where I've been in the gaming world. As far as the year in review goes for 2020, I mean, what can we say? It feels like it felt like a decade, you know, all in one. We went through a lot as a globe, and then if you're in the United States like me, we went through a lot as a country. And things changed, a lot of big changes. I don't typically get political, and I'm not going to start now. I've always been self-described as an anarchist, but not in the throw Molotov cocktails and burn down the government way. More in the don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you, don't tell me what to do, I'm a grown-up kind of way. You know. But we've had a big change, so we'll see how that turns out. It's a new year, and doesn't feel much different yet. We're still all globally in the same position that we were in 2020. And if you pay attention to your history books, then I wouldn't be too worried, but you know, who knows how long it's going to take for all this to pan out to whatever is going to be normal. However, on the other side of things, there's video games. And those have blossomed during this last year because, you know, everybody's stuck at home and spending more time inside. So what better way to get outside of your house than through a video game and the virtual worlds that they provide? And that's where I always come in, because that's been my forte, living in virtual worlds. So like I said, I wouldn't call this a comeback because I didn't really leave. I had to step away, take a break for a while, do dad stuff, do not video related stuff. It's hard to juggle. My brain finds it hard to juggle videos and playing and other things. So I will try to get back into the groove and get back into some sort of regular routine like we had last year. I'm no PewDiePie, so it's not like I deserve to take a month or two off, because I haven't really been working that hard. I just play games and make videos that are shitty. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes people enjoy them, and I enjoy making them, but I was starting to get bored and I needed something new. So we'll see where that goes. Like I said, I've got some new stuff coming. What I'm really waiting for this year is Biomutant, which finally got a release date of May 25th, I believe. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Have been for a few years. That'll be my next big video game project. Otherwise, that's where things have been. Let's talk about some games now. So the end of the year is a good time for gamers because PlayStation always has sales in the store on games they've been trying to get rid of, games that didn't sell, games that sold really well, and they want everybody during the holiday season to be able to get in on it if they want to. And that's usually when I stock up on video games if I can. I usually find stuff for a good price, as was the case this year. There were quite a few gems, and I was able to pick up a few things that piqued my interest and are worth looking at. Here we go. First up is Vigor. It is a free-to-play game from Bohemia Interactive. Bohemia is known mostly for their DayZ, which, if you're familiar with DayZ, is full of bugs and a complete mess, unless you're absolutely in love with the gameplay like I was. This game is basically Bohemia's version of Escape from Tarkov. If you're not familiar with Escape from Tarkov, it is basically a kind of a looting and shooting grind. It's not an open world type game. It's like a hub world where you go into maps and you either compete for resources or you just straight up do PvP. If you're familiar, like I said, with Escape from Tarkov, literally the same concept. It's free to play. It was pretty good. The gun mechanics are basically DayZ, very much DayZ's gun mechanics and movement. Feels very similar to that, just a different gameplay style. However, it is full of some bugs, and one of the major ones that's not talked about too much, but if you look it up, it's common, was that it was bricking your console, and it forced my PlayStation to reset several times and rebuild the database, at which point I deleted it and I haven't played it since. So if they fix that, it's a great game and it's free, so pick it up. Next up would be Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order from EA Games. It's not a new game by any means, but if you're into Star Wars, it's definitely a good game to pick up. If you're into like the Dark Souls action RPG gameplay, it's definitely worth picking up. There are two ways to go about it. You can play like basically no difficulty cinematic mode, which is, you know, casual. You get to play through the. It's a really great story. If you're into Star Wars, it's awesome. It's got a really open. It's very akin to Dark Souls. I would literally call it the Star Wars EA Dark Souls mashup. The world works the same way, where there's like chunks of the world that open up, and then you can freely travel between them. And as you go through the story, you will level up. You'll unlock powers. You'll, you know, all the traditional RPG elements are there. The action elements. The combat's really fun. There is basically a Dark Souls mode, a master mode, and it ramps up the difficulty, and you really have to rely on your mastery of the game's mechanics and timing to get through it. I played through some of it on the hard mode. I played through most of it on casual, just so I can enjoy the experience. Either way, I picked it up on sale, so I didn't pay full price. Again, if you're into Star Wars, you probably either already looked at this, or but if you're into like the action RPG gameplay and you haven't picked it up, I recommend it. I blew through it. I took a break for a while because I got stuck, and then I came back to it and just breezed right through it. I had a lot of fun. It does have some replayability, especially if you do like the New Game Plus. There are elements that are worth playing again for if you're into that sort of combat action RPG stuff. There's also a lot of these, like, it's a mix of Lara Croft as well, I would say. If you've played Tomb Raider, it reminded me a lot of that when it comes to like the world puzzles. So it's a really good game. I honestly like. It didn't really have any bugs. The only thing is that it's not made to be played forever. You can get a couple playthroughs out of it depending on your gamer style. But other than that, if you can get it on sale, or however games share it, whatever, it's worth a play. I don't think it's worth doing any other extra content about. No reviews or anything are needed. This would serve as a review enough, I think. But it's a good game. I liked it. I had a lot of fun. I love Star Wars, though. I love the actor too who plays the main character. He plays in Shameless, one of my favorite characters in Shameless. So he's also like the Joker in Gotham and a lot of other TV stuff. He's a great actor, great character, did good. Star Wars is awesome, and yeah, check it out. Let's see, on to Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, the sequel to Ghost Recon Wildlands. It's an open world. It's Tom Clancy's take on an open world Ghost Recon game. If you've played like the Division or Ghost Recon or Rainbow Six, it's the Tom Clancy Ubisoft mechanics, but they're just different. It's more Ghost Recon if you grew up like I did playing Ghost Recon games or any of the Tom Clancy games, because they're literally, for the longest time, they were the best shooter type games you could get in the early days. This one is no different. It's got a lot of bugs and little wacky issues. I've seen people talking smack about it. But if you like sneaking around, sniping, having an open world to just kind of do your Tom Clancy thing, it's there. This is a very simplified version of like the Division, Rainbow Six, and Splinter Cell all mixed into one. If you've played Wildlands or any of the others, then you know what you're in for. It's an open world. It's got like raids. It's got all kinds of multiplayer aspects and things. It's got RPG aspects to it. It's got all kinds of things that you love as a gamer. If you love shooting stuff, if you love, like I do, sniping things from far away, making awesome shots, this is your game. Now, next up is a very controversial game, which would be Fallout 76. I picked this game up for $15 on sale in the PlayStation Store. That's right, $15. And we're going to go into this one further in future videos, because let me tell you, it was worth every bit of $15, and I say that with no sarcasm. But that's a video we're going to go into later. So that was my review of the last end of 2020. That's what I've been up to for the last couple months. I know it's probably been since right after Thanksgiving, I think, was the last time I streamed, and I haven't really put out any videos. Excuse me. I haven't really put out any videos since then, and it's been a mixed bag of reasons why. But here we are. Like I said, I'm not back, but I am back to making somewhat of a regular attempt at making videos. Thank you for watching. You know I love you. It's been a while since I've had to say it, but if you're still watching, and if you subscribe and all that thing, if you've been, supporting the videos I do make, you know I love you. And I'm just gonna leave you out on this pretty little ditty that I played in Fallout 76. And like I said, I'm in love with Fallout 76. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm in love with that game for so many stupid reasons. But we'll get into that in future videos. Until then, thanks for watching. You know I love you. We'll see you next time. Love you, bye!